everybody, Liam here and welcome to the latest episode of MetroMania. Just in case you're new here, MetroMania is an ongoing 16 Pokémon Metronome only double battle tournament to determine the MetroMania Champion. Everything, obviously with it being Metronome, is random, and it's just for a little bit of fun, but follow along because we have some nice little stories along the way. If you're already a fan of Metromania and you're ready for more, make sure you hit the like button, show you're enjoying the series, and if you are new, make sure you hit subscribe so you never miss an episode. This week is the second semi-final, so we're going to find out who Salamancer's opponent will be in the grand final, but before we get into the action, it's time to have a look at those brackets. Last week we had an incredible back and forth between Mega Aggron and Mega Salamence, with neither team wanting to let up and wanting to prove just how dominant they could be. To everybody's surprise, Mega Aggron, which was very much the favourite to win this tournament, came up short against Salamence, who just managed to claw back the third round victory. It was an incredible battle, and if you haven't seen it, I definitely recommend you go back and watch it. It really was an absolute spectacle from Metromania Season 3. It might even be the highlight, although we still have 2 battles to go. We have another semi-final to find out who Salamancer's opponent will be in the grand final. Will it be Metagross or will it be Altaria? Let's find out. So here we go, Mega Metagross versus Mega Altaria for the final place in the grand final of Metromania Season 3. This really has been an incredible season, and Metagross has shown itself, especially in the quarterfinals, to be an absolute force to be reckoned with. So let's see how this battle goes down. A jump kick to start off with, not very effective from regular Mega Metagross, but still did a lot of damage because Metagross has such raw power, especially with its Tough Claws ability. Here's a high horsepower from Shiny Mega Metagross, doing huge damage to regular Mega Altaria there. What an absolute spectacle. Here we see Nightshade guaranteed 50 hit points of damage from regular Mega Altaria onto Shiny Mega Metagross there, as Shiny Mega Altaria looks to follow up with Poison Powder, but it doesn't affect the Steel-type Metagross. This really could go either way. Altaria has shown itself to have an uncanny ability to really pull out all the stops when it counts. Here's a Cosmic Power going to raise the defense and special defense of the regular Mega Metagross there as we move on into the next turn. Here comes Shiny Mega Metagross. What will this 8-legged demon do? It's going to go for Wild Charge. That's going to be not very effective on the Shiny Mega Altaria, and does get a little tiny bit of recoil damage there. What will the Altaria team do in response to this? Regular Mega Altaria going for Swords Dance, going to raise its attack by 2 stages. It wants to get mean. It wants to compete with Metagross, and that's the best way forward. Here we see Shiny Mega Altaria. What will it do here? Going to go for Confide. Going to whisper sweet nothings in the ear of the regular Mega Metagross and drop its special attack there, protecting the Altaria team from any special attacks that may come their way. Here's Shiny Mega Metagross starting off the next turn with a Leech Seed, going to slowly sap away the HP of the regular Mega Altaria there, whilst restoring the hit points of the Shiny Mega Metagross. Great move there. Here's regular Mega Metagross with a Calm Mind, going to increase its special defense by another stage. It's a +2 special defense, and going to raise its special attack right back up to the regular value, because of course its special attack was lowered with that Confide from the previous turn. Here's Shiny Mega Altaria going for Superpower, going to do neutral damage to that Metagross there. Not a lot of damage dealt though. And of course the attack and the defense dropping on that Altaria, putting it in dangerous territory. Here's regular Mega Altaria. It's going to go for Hypnosis, trying to put one of these Metagross to sleep, but does not get the hit with the Hypnosis. And now the Leech Seed drops it down to less than half its max HP and restores the hit points of the Shiny Mega Metagross here. What will it do as it gets ready to fire back in the next turn? With a Bubble, it's not going to do much damage to the Dragon-type Altaria, but it may get a speed drop on the Altaria, but it doesn't get the speed drop, so unfortunate for the Mega Metagross that turn. Here's regular Mega Metagross with a Waterfall. Again, not very effective, but could get the flinch. Huge damage with that not very effective Waterfall on the regular Mega Altaria. We don't know yet if it's flinched as a result or not, but the Shiny goes for Metal Claw, going to be resisted by Mega Metagross. Barely even felt it there. But we're not going to see a flinch on the regular Mega Altaria. It's going to go straight in with a Parabolic Charge. Not very effective on its ally, but neutral damage to each of the Metagross there, and a little bit of HP restoring from each of those hits there. Not a great deal, but maybe just enough to counter the Leech Seed that is about to sap its HP at the end of this turn. There's the Leech Seed. Altaria not in good shape in the first round of this battle. It's very, very pro Metagross is this round. The Altaria are both in the yellow. The Metagross still both very much in the green here. As regular Metagross goes for a ring out. It's not going to do a lot of damage to Altaria here. Just that tiny bit of chip damage there. As its shiny counterpart follows up. What will shiny Metagross do here? Goes for Shadow Sneak. That's going to do just a little sneaky bit of chip damage. Oh no, not even a sneaky bit of chip damage. That was huge damage to that Altaria, who had the defense drop from the superpower, who goes for Focus Energy in the hopes of a critical hit, maybe scoring it a knockout on the next turn if it's lucky. Here's regular Mega Altaria, and it's going to go for Guard Split. Interesting play at this stage of the game. I would say focus on the offense if you can. You need to deal as much damage to these Metagross as you can. There's the Leech Seed, which almost takes out Altaria, just not quite enough to knock it out just yet. The Altaria team is still in this. What is Metagross going to do here? Regular Mega Metagross is going to come through with a conversion. Going to change itself to a normal type. Is that a smart play? That is a bit of a wasted turn, but I mean, why not? Here comes shiny Mega Metagross. What will it do here? It's going to go for Grassy Terrain, which is going to restore everyone's HP at the end of this turn. So that's an interesting play. Metagross feeling a bit sorry for its opponents right now, who really haven't got themselves out of the gate just yet in this first round battle. We see Cosmic Power come out, raising the defense back to normal and raising the special defense one stage of the shiny Mega Altaria there. I mean, it's a bit late for that as well. I would definitely go all offense or healing moves if possible. Frost Breath coming out from the regular Mega Altaria onto the shiny Metagross for a tiny little bit of damage there, even with a crit. And here comes the HP restoring Grassy Terrain to end the turn, restoring both the Metagross's HP, bringing shiny Mega Altaria just back into the yellow. And I don't think it's enough to save the regular Mega Altaria. I think the Leech Seed will take it. There he goes. The Leech Seed has taken down the Altaria, and it will restore a bit more HP to the shiny Mega Metagross. This is not looking good for Altaria in the first round. They may need to regroup, try and come back with something in the next round. Here's a Tickle coming out, going to lower the attack stat, I believe, of shiny Mega Altaria there. Yep, dropping the attack stat one stage there, and the defense. That's not looking good. Here comes regular Mega Metagross with the follow-up. Going to go for Echoed Voice. That is a special attack, though. Yep, not enough to take down the Altaria there. Altaria has an opportunity to turn this thing around. What's it going to do? Goes for Fury Swipes of all moves. Barely scratching the surface. Did get a crit there. 3 hits with the Fury Swipes. Not enough to even scratch the surface of this shiny, regular Mega Metagross there. It's not looking good for Altaria. I want it to just call this a loss and then regroup and see if you can claw back 2 victories in the next round. They're not off to a good start. Mega Metagross goes for Spirit Shackle. That's got to be the finish right there of this first round battle. That'll do huge damage. There we go. Altaria is down. Metagross scores the first fall, but there is everything to play for here, and Altaria could well claw it back. We saw this with Salamence in the previous battle, losing out to Aggron in the first round and then defeating it 2-1. That's exactly what happened in the semi-final previously last week. Could this be the same with Mega Altaria? Could we see a turnaround? Floral Healing is going to fail because Altaria's HP is full. That's the kind of mistake Altaria could have hoped for in a later round. Here we see Bulk Up, going to raise the attack and defense of regular Mega Metagross there. Going to do that little bit of boosting just to make it even more deadly as the Altaria look to start things off in the second round. Belly Drum coming out from regular Altaria. That is a risky play, but could have massive ramifications going through this battle. If they can get a physical hit on the Metagross team, it could be an instant knockout. We see Feint Attack coming out. That will be super effective. Massive damage to the shiny Mega Metagross there. This is what Altaria need to do. They need to come out with raw power and do as much damage as possible every turn. We see a False Swipe come out. We know that won't be a knockout from the shiny Mega Metagross there. And here comes regular Mega Metagross. What's it going to do here? Going to go for Super Fang and half the HP of that regular Mega Altaria. That is dangerous. What is shiny Mega Altaria going to do here? It's going to go for Flame Charge. Again, a super effective hit on shiny Mega Metagross there. They are really targeting the shiny Mega Metagross, looking to take it down. Up goes the speed of shiny Mega Altaria. And here is the +6 attack. Regular Mega Altaria. What's it going to do? Going to go for Judgment. Oh, boy. That's not the play I'd have went for. And there's Judgment not doing a lot of damage at all. That was that risk did not pay off. That Altaria needs to be protected this turn and hopefully take a physical attack to these Metagross. We see Water Sport coming out. Not a smart play, as we said in the Salamence battle, because you're removing, well, not removing, but you're reducing the amount of power behind any fire-type moves that the Metagross are weak to. So not the smartest play there. Here is a Purify, which is going to fail from Shiny Mega Metagross, as regular Mega Metagross looks to go in for the kill. We see an Ice Fang, which Altaria, it's on the regular. Regular Altaria goes down, can't capitalize on that belly drum from earlier in the battle. That is not good. This just became a very one-sided battle for Mega Metagross in favor of Mega Metagross. Altaria needs a miracle right now. Luna Dance is going to fail. That's the complete opposite of a miracle right there. Shiny Mega Metagross, what will you do here? Goes for Speed Swap because, of course, the fastest thing on the field right now is that Altaria. So that's an interesting play right there. Does it also swap the speed stat changes? I'm not the most familiar with Speed Swap. I thought it was just attack stat. Here's a Worry Seed, though, removing Pixelate from that Altaria. So Altaria no longer changes normal type moves to fairy type moves, so no longer gets stab on normal type moves. That's very, very unfortunate for Altaria here. What will it do? How will it respond? It's got to think of something here. Something ground type. Goes for Head Charge. Not the best play there. It is going to be resisted by Mega Metagross, getting closer to knocking out that Shiny, but I just don't know if it's enough. Because, of course, regular Mega Metagross still has a lot of HP behind it. It's going to go for Strength Sap, drop the attack stat of that Shiny Mega Altaria, as well as restoring its own HP back up to maximum, although that wasn't much of a distance at all for its HP bar to move. Here's Shiny Mega Metagross. What will it do here? What's it got in store? Going to go for X-Scissor on Altaria. What's Altaria going to do here? It's going to resist it, of course, but what will it do in response to this Mega Metagross? Altaria still is the fastest thing on the field, with it being at +1 speed. There's the Psycho Cut coming out. Not going to be very effective on Metagross. Did 3 hit points of damage there. That is not good at all. Regular Mega Metagross is armed and ready. Many armed, actually. There's an Attract. It is going to fail, and its shiny counterpart is going to have to pick up the pieces and follow up here. And it's going to go for Fire Pledge, which will be resisted by Altaria. So Altaria is still very much in this contest here. If it can knock out the shiny and make it one-on-one, it may well have a good chance of winning. Or if it can get some kind of a one-hit KO move, goes for Mirror Shot. That's, again, not going to be very effective on Shiny Mega Metagross, just bringing it down to 42 hit points. But they edge ever closer to knocking out one of these Metagross. Regular Mega Metagross is going to go for Water Sport, but it failed because Water Sport is still in effect, so that's a wasted turn. As Shiny Mega Metagross comes in with a Stone Edge, but it is going to be avoided by Altaria. So the previous Water Sport from the Altaria team wears off, so unfortunate timing for the Metagross. Here comes Mega Altaria with a high jump kick that will do neutral damage onto the Shiny Mega Metagross. Not enough to take it down, though. Just not enough, but lucky it didn't get any recoil damage. Here is Cosmic Power raising the defense and special defense of regular Mega Metagross. It's preparing for its counterpart to faint so that it knows it has a great chance against this Mega Altaria. What will Shiny Mega Metagross do here? It's going to go for Hypnosis, but the Insomnia that was given to it by the regular Mega Metagross earlier prevents it from falling asleep. This really could be Altaria's time to shine and even this up. This is crazy. Goes for a Refresh, but it fails. Wasted turn. Will the Metagross team capitalize here? What's regular Mega Metagross going to do? It's going to go for Baton Pass. That is going to fail. Shiny Mega Metagross is going to have to step up and see what it can bring to this round. It goes for Sand Tomb. It is going to lock Shiny Mega Altaria into the Sand Tomb. It's going to take damage each turn from the vortex of the Sand Tomb. That's not looking good for the Mega Altaria there. It is down to less than half its max HP. If it could just take out the Shiny Metagross, it may have a chance of surviving. Or if it can heal itself or something like that. Goes for Headbutt onto the wrong Metagross, you could argue, but wouldn't have done enough damage anyway to the Shiny to take it down. But it's still trying to attack. It's trying to claw back. We see Retaliate coming out from regular Mega Metagross with massive damage, almost knocking out the Altaria, but just not quite. Just not quite. Shiny Mega Metagross is going to follow up with a Flame Burst. It's going to be resisted, but that is going to be just enough to knock out Altaria. Your second finalist in Metromania Season 3 is going to be Metagross. Metagross absolutely dominant. 2-0 once again for Metagross. Can anything take this thing down? I honestly don't know. I think Altaria proved it could somewhat hold its own against Metagross, but Metagross once again, much like when it faced Absol in the quarterfinals, just proving just how dominant it can be and just how much it really wants that title of MetroMania Champion. I am a little bit worried for Salamence in the final next week, but at the same time, Salamence has already proved in the semi-final against Aggron that it can hold its own against these Steel-type powerhouses. All I know for certain is that next week's final is going to be absolutely amazing. And that's where I'll leave this episode of MetroMania. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button. If you're new, hit the subscribe button so you never miss an episode. If you would like to support this channel like these wonderful people down here do, you can pledge to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/AceTrainer Liam. But until next time, I'm Ace Trainer Liam. Keep on training.